Hello! Have you ever had a challenging time singing high notes? Do you sometimes strain, trying to reach for those notes with any kind of power, or are you losing power altogether? Well, I believe anybody can learn how to sing high notes better. So I'm here today to help and give you 3 ways to improve singing high notes that might be holding you back, as well as 3 exercises that you can work on, because anyone can sing those high notes with a little bit of help. So here we go. The first important step towards high note support is to pace your breathing, to know how long you have to sing the phrase for, and make sure that you have saved enough air to get to the end. This is a problem that happens with some students. They don't plan ahead, and this is what happens. When you wish upon a star. And they think they can't hit the high note, but in reality, they just didn't have enough air in the tank because they let too much air out. When you wish upon, and there's not enough air. I tell piano students the same thing. If you have to jump to the next section and you're not thinking about what's right around the corner and you wait until the last second, you're not going to make it. So singing involves planning ahead and knowing exactly how long you have to go in one breath. When you wish upon a star, and then you can make it all the way to the end and sound like a really wonderful singer because you made it to the part that lasts the longest. Oftentimes those last notes in the line are held. And if we're running out of steam, then it just doesn't sound like we're singing that great. And we really want to sound as best as possible. Now we'll go up and down in one breath. Try this in a higher range with me. Very good. Now back into your comfortable range. We're going to go up and down 2 times. So I picture myself squeezing the air out of the balloon. 3 times. That is an excellent way to practice pacing your breathing. On to step 2 on how to sing high notes better. The next step to improving the sound of your high notes and getting more power there has to do with resonance. Where you place your vowel sounds helps to give you a natural ring that will actually make your voice project and sound higher. So for instance, the vowel sounds of somewhere over the rainbow, as opposed to a more monotone vowel sounding singing that would actually bring you to a place that you don't want to go, like somewhere over the rainbow. When all the vowels sound the same, you even lose expression and artistry. So that's super important too. But bringing that ring to the sound of your vowels, some instead of some, like the volume's already shifted. So I want to give you an exercise to help you find a stronger resonance in your vowels. So here goes. Think of the Home Alone kid and bring A up in here in your cheeks. A, instead of A, bring a ring sound all the way up here. Hey, or a na, 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 and really feel that. The roof of your mouth, I want you to feel that. Hey, sorry to be gross, but it goes right there. Hey, and also on E, going up this direction so the sound can vibrate off of the bones and the muscles. Really want that up in here. Popsicle sticks, I tell the kids. And here's your exercise. I want you to sing ooh-ee, 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 ooh. And when I'm doing on ooh, I'm bringing my sound forward, ooh, and on E, I'm bringing it up. Ooh-ee, 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 ooh. So you can feel how a placement of a sound can affect you. So it doesn't have to go ooh-ee, ooh-ee, ooh, that you can bring a ring and different sounds. You can do this in different locations. There's no right or wrong necessarily, but I just want you to experiment so you can start learning about this. So here we go. Ooh-ee, 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 ooh. Again, ooh-ee, 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 ooh. Now let's smooth that out. Ooh-ee, 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 ooh. Again. Ooh-ee, 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 ooh. You should be hearing a ring on the E. Ooh-ee, 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 ooh. And that's giving you some volume there. Super fun to try that out. Now your third way. To sing high notes, it's imperative that you learn how to access your head voice. Some people don't know how to sing in their head voice. They don't know the difference between chest voice for the lower register and head voice for the higher register. And other people do know, they just don't know when to switch and how to balance it out. Chest voice is your speaking voice. It's where I am right now, and I could sing right in this location. It's very easy for most people to find their chest voice because they're using it all day long. You're probably not talking like this all day long, but that is where your head voice goes. And you can access that by sighing, ah, or making a sound like an owl, hoo. So these are different ways that you can find your chest voice and your head voice. So if I'm singing a line of notes going from low to high, I just went from my chest voice into my head voice, hopefully smoothly, because if I drag my chest voice up too high, you end up with this. And then you can't really switch. Because it's just, you've crossed over the border and it's just too tight now to make any kind of a smooth switch over. So one secret to singing high notes is to switch into your head voice a little bit earlier than you need to. And that way you won't hear that flip. But let's practice your head voice a little bit so you can get to know it better. In this exercise, we're going to use the eh sound for chest voice and the ha sound for your head voice. So we're going to do this. Eh, eh, ha. And it's okay if they sound drastically different, which is actually I want them to because I want you to hear the difference. Eh, eh, ha. Like a ha, like bring it forward. Eh, eh, ha. Eh, eh, ha. Eh, eh, ha. Eh, eh, ha. Now on an ah, from low to high. Ah, 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 ah. And not overpowering the low part. So we don't want to sing so loud on the bottom that we hear the difference. It should be a smooth transition from low notes to high notes. So please don't do this. Ah, you can hear that flip, right? That's what we want to avoid. That's why people think they can't sing high notes, or that's one of the reasons why. The other reason is they just keep the notes in their chest voice for too long. Ah, and then they get that strain in the throat, and we really don't want that. So that exercise, two notes that you're singing in your chest voice, and then the rest you can sing up in your head voice. If you could just practice that, you'll get to know better what your different registers feel like. Now, as a bonus, I want to talk about what's called the mixed voice, because when you're in your mixed voice, it's a middle register between the low register and the high register. And when you use that, you can get really great power on some of the high belty notes. To access the middle range, we're going to do a really bratty kind of sound. Na 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 na. Again, not to be gross, but it's the roof of your mouth up into your nasal cavity. Na na. You're getting a big ring here that you can't get in just regular head voice, where you might go na na, and you can't get in your chest voice without going na na. Right? So you're getting some power in your head voice location, but we call that mixed voice. And that works great for people who are ready to work on that. But if you don't know about your chest voice and your head voice, please work on those first and save the mixed voice for when you understand about breathing and you understand about resonance and placing your vowels, and you understand about singing from the right muscles and all the other things. So take it step by step. But to sing higher notes, hold on to that breath support, open up those vowel sounds, and always think ahead about when am I in my chest voice and when do I want to use my head voice. You can find your artistry by just experimenting with where all these sounds go. Try A, E, I, O, U, but don't do this. A, E, I, O, U. Make them sound different. We'll do 2 up, 2 back, 1 forward. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. Sounds nicer and more musical than A, E, I, O, U. And now you get some artistry that you can use to make those high notes sound better too. Now for a little Adele pop music practice for high notes. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. And I'm really getting that up in here. It's still in my chest voice, but when she goes to, don't forget me, I beg, ha. It's like a sigh. It's going into the head voice for those of you who don't have a chest voice that's gonna go up that high. If that's not in your range, sing it in your range, in your voice. You're not trying to copy what someone else is doing. You're just trying to give the song the power and find the power in your voice to sing it. So to get your head voice up there, you have to sigh. Hi, big, hi, hi. Sometimes gliding can help you. Hi, hi, like that. So you can find the muscle power to do it, as well as the resonance in your head voice. Hi, big, hi. So try to do that a few times, and that may help you to get some head voice volume on higher notes in a pop song, right when the song gets to be the most exciting. When I was a kid and I started singing these high notes, I didn't know that these were all things that I needed to know in order to get those high notes to come out. I used to drag my chest voice too high up, and that would happen, and I didn't know how to fix it, and I didn't know about pacing my breathing. So when I would do a show and I would sing a solo, I never knew what was going to come out, and you know, just all of these tips. They're more than tips, and they're more than strategies. They're about you gaining confidence because you understand how your voice works, so that you don't have to worry about taking chances, so that you can go into a performance comfortably, that you can sing from your heart. I've had times where I just didn't have that great of performances because I didn't know, and I wanted so badly to share music with other people, and it was painful. It hurt me. It hurt my heart. And so it actually is my mission to help my students to avoid any of that. And I always remind people that we place limits on ourselves, or labels that people place on us sometimes. But I just don't think that you have any limitations. I think that it's not important to be the highest note singing person in the world. It is not that important. But what's important is that you know how to use your instrument so that you can express yourself any way that you want to. So I really hope that you will keep singing and keep trying and working on it. Like any other instrument, the voice is an instrument, and it does need to be worked on, and you should be singing exercises every day. And I recommend head voice exercises every day if you're trying to improve your high notes. So I hope you had fun with me. I definitely have fun with you. I really like doing this and welcoming you into my teaching world. So if this helped you at all or resonated with you at all, please give me a like or a comment, or subscribe for more videos like this. I'd love to see you again. Have a great singing day. Thank you so much. Ciao.